I got to ask you, it's become a running joke, I guess, on for the Orioles and coming here. You came over, or the Orioles gave up their prized possession to acquire you, Mr. Cash Considerations. It's a big one that people gave up. So, but ultimately, I just want to talk initially. How it seems like you just love being here in Baltimore so far.
Dude, I love it. I really do. Just like you said, like the people, everybody in the building's great. The team is awesome. Like such a tight group. Like you could tell immediately when I came over how tight of a group it is. Seriously, when I say it, I mean it. There's not a bad human in the building.
Mm-hmm.
But going to work every day. For the first time in my career, it seems like the fans in the city have accepted me and like actually like me. So like that's fun. when you are somewhere for a few years and you just feel like hated, it's like not a great feeling. So coming to Baltimore has been like the best change of scenery possible for me.
Is that just because of just with everything with you? And we'll have, I know Rocco has a follow-up question here, but is that mainly just because of you trying to figure it out and trying to feel your role out there in Kansas City? And I think we had Brent Rooker on a while ago, and you two were on the bench together. And I think he said you guys would joke about you guys like completed each other as players, as being the right-handed version and left-handed version. Is that right?
I think us two together were the ultimate like power bat off the bench. So
yeah.
We had half of a good bench bat in each of us. But no, Rook is the man, and happy for that because he's absolutely killing it over there in Oakland.
Yeah, he is, and he loves playing Baltimore. But that's a separate note here. But Rock, I think you got a follow-up question.
Yeah, absolutely. Ryan, you talk about feeling accepted here and the fan base absolutely loving you because they do. We see it all over social media. This fan base is every time you're up, every time you do something, they go wild. Like they absolutely love it. I do want to talk with you about just your, I guess, final year in Kansas City because that's you're DFA'd and then you come here, you get traded and then you're DFA'd again. So DFA'd twice in what, a span of like a week or two? That's got to be a humbling experience. And Ryan talks about it all the time. Baseball's a game that'll humble you. What did you learn about yourself throughout that experience? And how did it make you the player that you are today, as successful as you are right now with the O's?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just been a wild journey. It's like at some point, a lot of like so much shit goes wrong that you just have to have the mindset of like, all right, I'm riding the wave. Like wherever this takes me is like I just got to have a good attitude. Like just having honestly having like a just gratitude for being able to continue to play baseball because like there was a long period of time where I was like, all right, am I gonna do coaching or am I gonna like what country am I going to have to go to keep playing baseball? Because it's not going to be the United States. Like I was just weighing a lot of options. And with that going on, like I was just going to the field every day, being grateful to play. And then when I got DFA'd by Kansas City, it was kind of an interesting thing because they were like, hey, look, we just want to make room on the 40-man for, I think it was Jordan Lyles at the time, actually. Mm-hmm. It was like, hey, we want to make room for him. And I had already had guaranteed money at that point because I had agreed to a pre-arb deal. So it was like, you still have a really good chance to make the team, whatever. But obviously as a player, you're hoping that, you get traded for or claimed so you can go straight onto the other 40-man and like be a part of another team, get a new opportunity. I mean, I was in Kansas City for a long time and it just, as much as I love the people over there, and the front office, this coaching staff, all the guys, like all that is like you could tell things were changing, and it just felt like I was probably 2 years like too long there. Like that, people were ready to like flip the page and have me gone because I spent a full year in the big leagues and only had like 140 at bats maybe, and most of them pinch hitting, and like that's a tough deal. Like. Ryan, I don't know how much you did that in the minor leagues.
Oh, I sucked at it. I was horseshit, to be honest there. And you know what? No one rode the pine really well like anybody else in 2021 than me. But you're right. And actually, that's going to lead to the next question, but finish your thought.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was time to, get a change of scenery. I always liked playing at Camden Yards. Always. And as a visiting player during those years, it was so much different than it is now, which is another point. It was like used to be like the most low stress, chill environment in the big leagues to play. And like, it definitely is not that anymore. And I've had guys on other teams tell me that, but yeah. And then my first conversation with Mike, I was playing golf, and you know, I get a phone call. It's like Baltimore number. I'm like, here we go. It's the GM. He's gonna, you know, welcome me to the team. I'm like, and then his first 3 words were like, hey Ryan, we're gonna have to designate you.
Don't you love the business?
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh, that's fun.
At that point, like, and then I went through the whole couple weeks in Norfolk, and like just the whole deal. At that point, it's like you're almost numb to it. It's like your hopes of what you think is gonna happen, like, it's clear that you're not in control. So like you just go into like, how can I make the best of this mode? So that's what it was.
And you really have, you know, which has been amazing. And Rock, great question. Also, people are commenting, stop flexing your leg asking a question there, dude.
I'm not flexing my leg at all.
Apparently the group says otherwise.
By the way, I have shorts on. I'm not like,
I don't know about that.
Okay.
Not about you, Rocco.
Anyway.